l'État libyen plus de 85% du résultat de l'exploitation des zones pétrolières. À partir du moment où le régime tombait, eh bien, chaque compagnie a fait ce qu'elle a bien voulu faire.
One of the main things that I myself heard firsthand at the time of the war, and I was shocked by, is a French mediator who came to Libya and said to me personally, why did you have to think and support the African currency, the African unified currency? The West sees such economic efforts initiated by Gaddafi in Africa as very, very, very dangerous and destabilizing for the European security, economic security, and for the dominance, imperialist dominance Europe has over Africa. Not many people think that such a project led by Libya to establish the common African market and the united African currency are actually the main reasons, or among the main reasons of NATO's intervention in Libya.
Well, more speculation has been raised on the reasons for NATO's intervention in Libya. And as RT's Laura Emmett reports, the organisation may have been trying to prevent Gaddafi from burying the American buck.
According to some, it's about protecting civilians.
We must not tolerate this regime using military force against its own people.
Others say it's about oil.
The only reason they're interested with Libya is about the oil. You'd think we'd be in Iraq if the major export there was broccoli.
But some are convinced intervention in Libya is all about currency, specifically Gaddafi's plan to introduce the gold dinar, a single African currency made from gold, a true sharing of the wealth.
It's one of these things that you have to plan almost in secret, because as soon as you say you're going to change over from the dollar to something else, you're going to be targeted. There were two conferences on this. One in 96 and another one in the year 2000, called the World Mataba Conference, organised by Gaddafi. And everybody was interested. I think most countries in Africa were keen.
Gaddafi didn't give up. In the months leading up to the military intervention, he called on African and Muslim nations to join together to create this new currency that would rival the dollar and euro. They would sell oil and other resources around the world only for gold dinars. It's an idea that would shift the economic balance of the world. Countries' wealth would depend on how much gold they have, not how many dollars they trade. And Libya has 144 tons of gold. The UK has double that, but 10 times the population.
If Gaddafi had an intent to try to reprice his oil or whatever else the country was selling in the global markets and accept something else as a currency, or maybe launch a gold dinar currency, any move such as that would certainly not be welcomed by the power elite today who are responsible for controlling the world's central banks. So yes, that would certainly be something that would cause his immediate dismissal and the need for other reasons to be brought forth for removing him from power.
It's happened before. In 2000, Saddam Hussein announced Iraqi oil would be traded in euros, not dollars. Sanctions and an invasion followed. Some say because the Americans were desperate to prevent OPEC from transferring oil trading in all its member countries to the euro. The UK's gold is kept here in a secure vault somewhere in the depths of the Bank of England. As in most developed countries, there's not enough to go around. But that's not the case in places like Libya and many of the Gulf states. A gold dinar would have given oil-rich African and Middle Eastern countries the power to turn around to their energy-hungry customers and say, sorry, the price has gone up and we want gold. Some say the US and its NATO allies literally couldn't afford to let that happen. Laura Emmett, RT, London.
D'un côté, la plus grande armada du monde, formée de 28 pays, les plus puissants du monde, contre 6 millions d'habitants en Libye. 1 milliard d'habitants dans les pays qui composent l'OTAN, grosso modo, 28 nations puissamment armées. Que pouvait-on faire? Je crois qu'ils pensaient que la guerre durerait 15 jours. Ça a duré 8 mois. 26 000 sorties d'avions, 10 000 frappes aériennes, 50 000 morts. Voilà. Et puis les résolutions qui ont été adoptées en 1973 ont commencé à être violées. On passe à la résolution 1973 qui parlait de no-fly zone basée sur la protection des civils à régime change.